went to bleeding races, 'twas on the 9th of June, 1862 on a summer's afternoon. I took the bus to Banbury's and she was heavy laden. Away we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to bleeding.
Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Toon Army TV. This is a short pre-season friendly match preview between the Toon and Stoke City as they make the trip to St James's Park this Saturday as we take on the Potters in a 1 o'clock kickoff. This is our final pre-season friendly match before we take on West Ham United next weekend in the Premier League at the London Stadium. Now, we were due to play Middlesbrough again this Monday coming at the Benton training ground, but that's been confirmed on the website that will no longer be taking place. Now, just as well, we're not taking on Middlesbrough. It would just save utter embarrassment after what happened in our previous game before we get on to Stoke. We took on Middlesbrough down at Teeside at the Rockcliffe training facility and we lost by 5-1. And if you haven't seen the match review, well, I wasn't happy. I mean, I understand it's only a pre-season friendly, but when you're losing by 5-1 against a championship opposition and you defend the way we do, the way Sean Longstaff was giving the ball away in dangerous areas, the way we were just gifting Middlesbrough goals, Darlow's positioning at the best of times wasn't great. You just look at the squad at this moment in time and I say we're weak. The transfer window is open and we're not using it to our advantage. Yes, we've got Jeff Hendrick in on a free and we've got Mark Gillespie, but we need a striker. It's evident. You know, we've got Andy Carroll as we're only fitting out and out striker and Dwight Gale's out for up to 3 months. Yes, Joe Linton now is in full training. Will he play on the weekend? I don't think he will. He'll most likely play against West Ham just as well because he's not good enough. And you've got Mutu, who is likely to go to a La Liga or Bundesliga side in the next few weeks as he's been linked away from the club as he has no future. But going into the game against Stoke City, well, it's going to be an equally tough test. Stoke are a decent side. Yes, we haven't played them for around 3 years. Stoke City got relegated from the Premier League in 2018. We did do the double over them. We beat them 2-1 in 2017 at St James's Park. And then we beat them 1-0 at the Bet365 on New Year's Day 2018 under Rafa Benitez. And we haven't played them since. Now, Stoke City, they finished around 15th in the Championship last season. Very disappointing for them, but they've been very disappointing in the Championship for the past couple of seasons with players on high wages and not wanting to play for the club. But I feel like Michael O'Neill, who of course is an ex-Newcastle United player, wanted the game at St James's Park and he'll be demanding a lot from them. Stoke City, their previous game was against Blackpool in the Carabao Cup as it starts early this season. They drew 0-0 in 90 minutes but beat them 5-4 on a penalty shootout. Now, they're in full swing for the new season. We're technically behind, but that's not to say that Stoke City are going to go back into pre-season mode just because they've got to go back into a friendly after a competitive match. They'll be up for it and they would have seen the 5-1 defeat against Middlesbrough in midweek and how we were making so many mistakes at the back, and they'll want to capitalise on that. And obviously it's at St James's Park. The first game back at St James's since we took on Liverpool in a 3-1 defeat at the final game of the season. Now, at the end of the day, the lads really need to stop buckling up. Yes, we need quality in the squad. You know, we need that striker or two. There has been talks of Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser. We'll wait and see where that goes over the next few days. But in terms of the game on Saturday, at the end of the day, Stoke City are equally as decent as Middlesbrough. So I expect a tough test. We need to get in their faces. We need to try and get on the score sheet. We need to try and get ASM on the ball as much as possible. We don't know about Miggy because he hasn't been seen for a while. Who knows what squad Steve Bruce is going to go with, but I feel like everybody needs a chance. At least play one side in the first half, one side in the second half, or play a side for about 60 minutes and then change it up like you did against Barnsley and see where we go from there. But that 5-1 defeat to the squad has got to be a massive wake-up call, because for me, that is alarm bells. Alarm bells straight away going into the new season, because if you're getting battered off championship opposition, if we play the same way against Stoke City, no disrespect, on Saturday, if we get the same outcome of a defeat, then I am really concerned, because if we can't do it against championship opposition, what makes you think we're going to do it against Premier League opposition, against the likes of West Ham and Brighton coming up, Tottenham and Burnley, for example? it's going to be tough. You know, we've got to try and bolster the squad. The ownership, for me, are too spineless at this moment in time. They want to do things on the cheap, free transfers, etc. Now is not the time to be delaying. We need to get in this window and bring a couple of strikers in that are going to go on and score goals, because at this moment in time, where are the goals coming from? Where are they coming from? Yes, last season we had defenders scoring at one point, and then we had a few from the midfield, and then we started to get a few from up front towards the end of the season. But listen, we haven't got Premier League strikers at this football club. I think they're all Championship as far as I'm concerned. Wilson, I would think he'd fit the bill right now. He's been linked with Aston Villa, of course, for the last couple of days. I hope that doesn't go through when he comes to Newcastle. But it's up to the board to show ambition, because if we don't, and we stagnate, and we just sit back and watch it all happen, then I'm sorry to say, but we're going to get left behind. And I haven't predicted we're to finish very high in the Premier League predictions either. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a box at the end of the video so you can check it out for yourself. And it's not a very positive one. I can't be positive at this moment in time with this squad. Yes, we've finished 13th place, and yes, they're only pre-season games, but at the end of the day, there's a defeat of maybe 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, but not 5-1. That is really embarrassing. You know, I was really concerned at Jamal Lascelles because he got sent off. You know, there was lack of leadership as well. You know, your captain getting sent off in a pre-season friendly, that should not be happening. You know, against a side that, yes, I know it's a little bit of a rivalry, not too much, but it's not really a game where you should be going full force in. You know, it's more of a respect game and just getting your fitness levels up. And I just hope now that the lads really look at that result on Saturday and whatever was said at full time, because there was apparently some harsh words said in the dressing room, rightly so, because a 5-1 defeat isn't acceptable at any level of anybody that you play, unless you're playing somebody who is better than yourself. I would understand if it was against like a Barcelona or a Real Madrid or a Man City or something like that, but when you're playing Middlesbrough, come on. I'm still a little bit disappointed with that result, but going into the Stoke game, it's all about being positive and just turning it around and just, you know, going again. And I think this is a time for the players to shine now. They know that the Premier League's starting next weekend, and if they don't play well, they won't get in the side, so they're going to have to try and be in Steve Bruce's plans. But I just think right now, with a week before the actual season starts, we still need that striker, because if we go into the season with what we have currently, I am not confident that we're going to be anywhere near, you know, mid-table to where we were at the end of last season. I can't be positive right now, but Steve Bruce, of course, will be assessing the squad. We'll go again on Saturday. Again, I don't give score predictions, but if you're feeling confident and brave enough, then please leave your comments down below. And if you're new around here, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. That'll be massively appreciated. It takes literally 5 seconds to do both. And if you are a new subscriber, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video from myself. I do apologise if this has sort of come across as a bit of a rant rather than a preview, but I'm sort of looking at the bigger picture from the previous game to the current game that we've got against Stoke City. And welcome to any Stoke City fans watching this as well. And good luck for the rest of the season. There will be a match review straight after the game on Saturday, so stay tuned for my reaction from the pre-season friendly from St James's Park. And yes, I'll see you all in the next one. Keep it tuned. HOWAY the lads.